Friends, now we are going to discuss about the exercise of the chapter The Making of the National Movement from 1870 to 1947. So let's begin with question number 1. Why were people dissatisfied with British rule in the 1870s and 1880s? Answer is the Arms Act was passed in 1878, disallowing Indians from possessing arms. In the same year, the Vernacular Press Act was also enacted to silence those who were critical to the government. The act allowed the government to confiscate the assets of newspapers, including their printing presses, if the newspapers published anything that was found objectionable. Next one is, who did the Indian National Congress wish to speak for? Answer is the Indian National Congress wished to speak for not of any one class or community of India, but of all the different communities of India. Third one is, what economic impact did the First World War have on India? Answer is the First World War altered the economic and political situation in India. It led to a huge rise in the defense expenditure of the government of India. The government in turn increased taxes on individual incomes and business profits, increased military expenditure, and the demands for war supplies led to a sharp rise in prices, which created great difficulties for the common people. Next one is, what did the Muslim League resolution of 1940 ask for? Answer is, in 1940, the Muslim League had moved our solution demanding independent states for Muslims in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country. The resolution did not mention partition or Pakistan. यानी कि 1940 का जो मुस्लिम लीग का रेजोल्यूशन था उसमें मुस्लिम्स के लिए नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न और ईस्टर्न एरिया में इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेट्स की डिमांड की गई थी, लेकिन यहाँ कंट्री के पार्टीशन या पाकिस्तान की ऐसी कोई डिमांड इस समय नहीं की गई थी. फिफ्थ वन, हु वर द मॉडरेट्स? How did they propose to struggle against British rule? Answer is, the moderate leaders wanted to develop public awareness about the unjust nature of British rule. They published newspapers, wrote articles, and showed how British rule was leading to the economic ruin of the country. They also criticized British rule in their speeches and sent representatives to different parts of the country to mobilize public opinion. They felt that the British had respect for the ideals of freedom and justice, and so they would accept the just demands of Indians. Next one is, how was the politics of the radicals within the Congress different from that of the moderates? Answer is, they criticized the moderates for their politics of prayers and emphasized the importance of self-reliance and constructive work. They argued that people must rely on their own strength, not on the good intentions of the government. People must fight for Swaraj. So this is the difference between the radicals and the moderates. Seventh one is, discuss the various forms that the non-cooperation movement took in different parts of India. How did the people understand Gandhiji? So answer is, in Kheda, Gujarat, Patidar peasants organized non-violent campaigns against the high land revenue demand of the British. In coastal Andhra and interior Tamil Nadu, liquor shops were picketed. In the Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh, tribals and poor peasants staged a number of forest satyagrahs. In Assam, tea gardener laborers shouting Gandhiji Maharaj ki jai, demanding a big increase in their wages. People thought of Gandhiji as a kind of Masiha, as someone who could help them overcome their misery and poverty. Now the next one is, why did Gandhiji choose to break the salt law? कि गांधी जी ने जो नमक कानून है उसे तोड़ने की प्रतिज्ञा क्यों ली, उसे तोड़ने का डिसीजन क्यों लिया? आंसर इज, in 1930 Gandhiji declared that he would lead a march to break the salt law. According to this law, the state had a monopoly on the manufacture and sale of salt. Mahatma Gandhi, along with other nationalists, reasoned that it was sinful to tax salt, since it is such an essential item of our food. This salt march related the general desire of freedom to a specific grievance shared by everybody, and thus did not divide the rich and the poor. तो सॉल्ट लॉ एक ऐसा कानून था जो कि रिच और पुअर दोनों को इम्पेक्ट कर रहा था. इससे गांधी जी को लगता था कि पूरे कंट्री को यूनाइट किया जा सकता है. दैट इज वाई ही डिसाइडेड टू ब्रेक द सॉल्ट लॉ. थैंक यू, बाय बाय.